I know Simon for 4 years. We met thanks to East Grinstead Volleyball Club. Yes, I am not one of his recruits.
How long have you known Si? I must have known Si for about 4, or is it 5 years? No, 4 years now. And he means the world to me.
Hi Simon, hope you're having a good party.
So Mark, how long have you known Simon for?
Hi Sandrine, I've known him for about 7 years and we met playing volleyball.
For East Grinstead?
For East Grinstead, yeah. What does he mean to me? Well, he means a lot really. We've had some good times together and he's a great mate.
Okay, first question. How long have you known Si and what does he mean to you? I have known Simon for nearly 7 years. I met him a week after his 50th birthday, so I guess he's probably going to be 56. Anyway, I was kind of in a dark place in England. I just arrived and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anybody, and I went to play volleyball in the park where I met Simon. And since he kind of started talking to me, I knew we were going to be really good friends. He means a lot to me. He's a great friend, and he is super funny.
So I first met Simon in the summer of 2007. So that's actually pretty much 9 years ago now. I met him at a barbecue at Ian's place. And shortly after that, he introduced me to my now favourite place down on the southeast coast. Probably the first of many of our hikes together. And it didn't really take a long time for him to actually, become one of my best friends. And I don't really have the words to describe what he means to me. He really means the world. He's become one of my best friends. I just love hanging out with him, whether that's, quiet nights on the sofa, whether that's, out exploring the world on adventures. He's been, I guess, together with Anna and Ian, he's always been, one of the musketeers in our group. So, yeah, I couldn't imagine a world without Simon in it.
Hi Si, I've known you for 12 years now, and you were my favorite buddy to travel to East Grinstead with to play and train with the Kingsfishers back time. We used to go for drinks at Wheat Chief, and you are still GP's favorite uncle. I don't know how you managed not to break a leg all those times that I was away and you took care of them. You were also the most dedicated supporter of the Brentwood ladies back in 2008 and 2009. We had many joyful games and nights, and I really enjoyed and knowing you also from, of course, the many nights that we were up too late watching Robin Hood, The Office, or that science fiction series that was set in Cardiff. Really enjoyable.
So I know you, Simon, for nearly 3 years now, and what you mean to me is that when I moved to the UK, you made me feel really welcomed, and you were definitely among those who made my time there really special.
I've known Simon for 3 years, from when I was 13 and now I'm 16, so it's quite a long time.
Hello!
Hello, Simon!
We met Simon a few years ago, and he is one of our volleyball
Friends!
Okay, number 2. First thing that comes into your head when you think of Simon is definitely his big smile and his positive attitude. He's always silly and childish and funny. So yeah, definitely his big smile and yeah, and his attitude.
So the first thing that comes to my mind now when I think about Simon is that I'm actually gutted that I'm going to miss the moment, Simon, when you're going to watch this video for the first time, because I know exactly what it's going to be like, because you'll probably just be sitting there bawling your eyes out, you know, listening to your friends telling you how amazing you are. And I think I can just reiterate that. So, you know, keep crying, because what I'm going to tell you now is just don't change, because, you know, you're amazing the way you are.
That's easy. Girls, many young girls, he's always saying only good things about people, so doesn't matter how pretty is the girl, he will always say that that girl has something about her, like a smile, great sense of humor, or eyes, or other parts of body which you can imagine.
I would say Simon is a beach blonde thinning, tall, slim, 40 something plus year olds that suitably used to be called sticks.
First thing that comes into my head when I think of Si is, well, girls. Girls, lots of girls, young girls.
First thought that come to your head when you think of Simon?
Fake tan. That's what Simon. Oh, he loves it. Oh, and he looks so good. Oh, I think he's stopped doing that now, hasn't he? He's learnt his lesson.
A harem full of women.
Right, number 3. Is Simon respectable and responsible man? I believe he is responsible to a certain extent. When it comes to something important, he will definitely be responsible. Not talking about being late, because that's what I'm going to cover a bit later. And being respectable, he definitely is respectable by all volleyball people, his family, and everybody who knows him absolutely loves Simon. He is great. He does lots of things for the community, and obviously volleyball community meaning. And yeah, he's such a great person. People love him, and I guess I know why.
Is Simon responsible and respectable? Yes, and yes again. I think as long as it doesn't involve helping with cooking or clearing up afterwards, I think he's a real gentleman. He's very honest, very respectable. He takes responsibility when a lot of other people don't, if that's in regards to organising things, sorting things out, helping someone out. You know, even in regards to the environment, he's got a very strong sense of that as well. When we did a Machu Picchu trek last year, he actually spent hours, you know, collecting rubbish en route to kind of clear that up as well, which I thought was quite impressive. But I think, yeah, in general, I mean, you know, Simon always means well, and he definitely stands up what he thinks is right. And I would definitely say I have a lot of respect for Simon. And yes, he can be responsible as well.
Simon responsible. No.
Is Simon a responsible and respectable man? No. Definitely not.
So, Mark, is Simon a responsible and a respectable man?
No, he's a big kid. And he likes playing games all the time.
Would I leave my kids with Simon over the weekends? I can't really say I've experienced Simon a whole lot with kids, but going out he sometimes stays out too long to actually feed his cat. The answer should probably be no. But having said that, I think he'd probably be a super cool Uncle Simon that would absolutely spoil my kids rotten. And I think particularly a young daughter would probably just have to better eyelashes to wrap them around the fingers, and there wouldn't really be much going to bed at a sensible time. But yeah, maybe.
Good job having got kids.
Would I leave my children with Simon?
Never!
Actually, I have really good answer for that one.
Would you leave your children with him for the weekend? No, definitely not.
Mark, would you leave your children with him for the weekend?
I'm sure my son would love it because he just talks and talks and talks, and my son's a good listener. He wouldn't say much back to him, but anyway. But yeah, my son would, but my daughter, no, she's of that sort of age and she's single, and I reckon she could play volleyball, but Simon would be able to persuade her to come, but no, not my daughter.
Right, number 4. Would you leave your children with Simon for the weekend? Why not? I think they would have lots of fun. He probably would take them to play volleyball. He would probably might take them to some pubs for a beer or another drink. Who knows? I guess we will have to try to find out. So Simon will eventually end up with a little kind of like a kindergarten. Who knows? Good luck, Simon.
I know that any of my children would have a fabulous time with Simon, and they would be very well looked after. Mind you, I probably would do anything or everything that they shouldn't be doing, which is obviously part of the fun. So thankfully I don't have any children, and I'm very happy that GP and Crumpet always have been very well looked after by Simon.
I would leave my children with Simon, but unfortunately I don't have any yet, so I wouldn't be able to, but I definitely would if I had some.
In the future, I think you have to ask Paulina on that.
My life without Simon in it. Don't be daft. I can't imagine a world without Simon, and to be honest, I don't think I'll ever have to either. I think people in your life come and go, but Simon is different. I think no matter where we are in our lives at any time, any point of time, even if we live, miles and miles apart, he'll always be part of my life, and I'm very sure of that. And that's good.
What would you like? I think it would be a bit boring. I think I wouldn't, first of all, I wouldn't meet my friends who I met thanks to Simon. I wouldn't see so many nice places he showed me, I wouldn't do so many social things, like, I don't know, let's say playing ping pong in London with my friends, or going bowling, or just for a walk around Sussex, or yeah, it would be boring.
What would my life look without sight in it? Definitely more boring. It would be a terrible loss if Si was not in my life.
Mark, what would your life be like without Simon in it?
It's probably be like it is now. I'd be playing volleyball down in Worthing and not enjoying it. And I'll tell you something. Yeah, if I had played another game of foot volley at Yellow Wave with him, or no, without him, then I'd probably win a few more games.
What would my life look like without Simon? It's hard to tell, but I definitely wouldn't have been living in the UK for that long if I hadn't met Simon 7 years ago. He was one of the reasons why I stayed, and why I kind of didn't lose the plot. And yeah, so I guess without Simon I wouldn't have met Ian and all the great friends in the volleyball club, and I guess I wouldn't have been in Canada with Ian. So I don't know, maybe I would have been back in the Czech Republic, but there is one thing for sure, I would definitely still be friends with him because he's such a great person.
Actually, my life is a little less, maybe far less complete without Simon. No more pints at the Wheat Chief, they probably all go stale. No more Friday night home matches. Well, at least there is nobody there to actually tell us afterwards how great we looked, and obviously we were far better looking than the opposition. And yes, it's actually gone very, very quiet without his constant chatter. And I would say that he's one of the best friends to keep you company and have a really jolly good time.
So for me there would be two issues. First of all, nobody would drive Paulina and me around anymore, and second, we wouldn't know in which pub we should go.
Alright, give a short anecdote or a story with Simon, or that involves Simon. So there have been so many funny situations with Simon, from, I don't know, scaring each other on Halloween, and not just on Halloween. Yeah, and great drinking parties, great volleyball tournaments and stuff like that. Really great fun all the time. But there is definitely one quite funny story. When we first met, Simon took me to Tunbridge Wells for the first time, and he said, well, why don't we go to see Ian on the way there? So I said, why not? Okay. So we went to Ian's, and Ian was still, I don't know, working on his house, and he said he's got some spare tickets to this tango performance. And he said he can give it to us for free. So we said, why not? Okay, let's take the tickets and see how it looks like. Anyway, so we were kind of expecting a good show. Never mind. So we went to this small Victoria Hall in Southborough. So we sat down, and about 5 or 10 minutes into the show, we just looked at each other, and we were like, what the heck is this supposed to be? It was so bad. Anyway, so we kind of tried to be polite, and comes the first break in the show. We said, okay, let's get a drink. Once we got to the bar, we just said, what the heck, like, this is so bad, let's just leave. So we just left the show. I guess it was the first time, and hopefully the last time I have ever left a show. it was so funny. We had a blast. We had a really good evening. We went to Tunbridge Wells for a drink, and yeah, it was hilarious. Anyway, I hope you remember this story, Simon. It was quite fun.
Over the years, I have made endless and endless experiences with Simon, memories of Simon, and there's just one little anecdote that I would like to share today, which Simon, I don't know if you realise or not, but that's something that always kind of meant quite a lot to me. So this was quite a few years ago. I was in hospital. I had just gone through an operation. Simon came into the hospital room, and I was just lying in bed, absolutely exhausted and so weak from, you know, the pain I was going through at that point. And I think, you know, Simon came in and was quite shocked to see me like that, and, you know, was actually just being really good about it. So he didn't really ask much about, you know, what's going on, what's happening. You know, he didn't make me talk about it. And to be honest, I was too exhausted at that point to talk anyway. And I just asked him to talk to me. It's like, you know, just to kind of calm me down. And I basically just said to Simon, like, you know, just talk to me, just tell me something, anything. And I'll never forget where Simon just, like, you know, didn't press me to, you know, talk about what was going on, but he literally just started talking about random stuff. And I'll never forget how, you know, he was kind of telling me how he had this spray tan done the day before. So, you know, because he'd kind of got sidetracked with other things, as Simon does, he just kind of, forgot to take everything off quickly enough. And as a result of that, he had orange toenails. So I can definitely tell you, Simon, that put a big smile on my face in that situation. So thanks a lot for that.
If you take his phone and start scrolling the address book, you could scroll the length of the equator. I mean, excluding his male friends.
I know few stories which I could share with you, but I don't want to make it long, so I will just say quickly about two. So first of all, I just wanted to say that Simon is that kind of friend who can annoy you 1,000 times and you still can't be angry with him. We had actually one serious fight a few years ago, but I don't remember what was the problem. I just remember that a few minutes after the fight, when I was sitting somewhere on the stairs and waiting, Simon came and I looked at him and I couldn't be angry anymore because I just blowed up with laugh. So yeah, if you have somebody like that, that's your treasure. To not be that sweet and to not put that many sugar, I will tell you a story about Simon's flight with Julia. So Simon proposed me a flight with Julia, which he bought with, I think, Hatel on Christmas. On Christmas auction, and so we did. So we went with Julia. Julia knows that I'm car sick, so he put in every single possible place paper bags in case I would be sick. So of course Simon let me sit in front because that's the place where I usually am not sick in the car. So I felt really well, actually. I didn't have any problems. And the funny thing is that Julia was asking every 5 minutes if I am okay, if everything is alright, just shout if there is any problem. But I was fine. And then when we landed, Simon was also fine, everyone was fine, we were happy, we were saying thank you to Julia, and suddenly Simon said, I need a minute. And I didn't realize at the beginning what was happening, but then, you know, you imagine Simon thinking about something like he would be thinking if he's actually ill or not. But never mind, I didn't know that he is actually ill. So I thought he was joking, but he was serious. He was so ill that he needed literally a moment alone to take to take breath and to calm down, because his belly was shaking, and I just couldn't stop laughing because he's never ill. And Julia couldn't believe either, because actually those bags could be used by Simon, not by Paulina, who is fine when she's flying, but not fine when she's traveling from Bath to East Grinstead and she's pale. This time Simon was pale.
I actually would like to think back of, obviously apart from all the good times that I've had with you, Simon, on the night that I called you in the middle of the night and that I had to fly back to Holland the next morning, and I didn't want to stay alone that evening, and it was just great. We just parted half an hour before. It was just great that you were there. I could sleep at your place, and that was for me a great piece of mind and support. So I'd like to say a really big thank you for that one, and that's very dear to me.
We've been asked to tell a story that reminds us of you.
So we were thinking a few months ago we went to Brighton, to London for Paulina's birthday, played a bit of table tennis, and we were asked where we were going to go next. So everyone went around the table and your answer was wherever the girls are going. That seems to be your philosophy for life, but it pays off for you.
I just remember coming into East Grinstead and I didn't really know what was going on. I was a rubbish volleyball player, didn't know how to do anything, and he spent his time that he could have been playing teaching me how to dig and set, and he's the whole reason that I play volleyball right now, otherwise I would probably not be playing volleyball. So I'm so grateful, and I think I'm okay, so you've done well, but I just want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have the best day.
Mark, can you give me a short anecdote involving Simon, or tell us a story involving Simon?
Well, so the story goes, I'm rumoured to have saved his life up a volcano. We went away on holiday and found out that he wasn't very good at heights, and he got exhausted very easily. He's a lot fitter now, I tell you. Anyway, it was something which was enjoyable for us all, and we didn't get to see the sunsets, but I was happy to be with Simon and help him out. And you look just like him.
I would like to say the story about London, but I think it's better to keep it in secret, Simon. What do you think?
Right. Next question, number 7. What do you love about Simon? So obviously, one of the things that I really love, kind of love about Simon, is him being funny and being so somehow slightly immature when it comes to or anything that we do together is very strange because he's one of my best friends. He's 56, which is 30 years older than me. I would say it's probably the age of my parents, but I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, he's got this great attitude and he is just incredibly funny, and he can somehow behave like when he was again 20 or in his 20s, which is great. He is so childish, and he just, I don't know, he just acts with an open mind, and he's just, yeah, he's just incredible. He's just such good fun, and he's open to any ideas, and he is so adventurous, which is exactly what I love about him. So, being adventurous, I hope you're going to see us at New Year's Eve, and yeah, you come to see us in Calgary. That would be great.
His optimism. He's always full of optimism, and he's always up for any adventure. He will always try to make everyone happy. Actually, he will never leave anyone unhappy. He's always thinking about people. Like, he's doing shopping before traveling, and he knows that, I don't know, let's say Laura likes jelly babies. He will get jelly babies to the car so we can eat and talk and gossip or whatever. He always thinks about people and their needs. Like, he bought me those little things you can warm up in for your hands, so you can heat it up and then warm your hands, because he knows that my hands are always cold. So that was really sweet. Thank you again, Sai. For me personally, I love about Simon that he talks a lot, and very often when we are traveling somewhere and I am tired and I don't want to talk or I don't want to make any effort, I don't have to be worried because I have Simon. He's never stopping, and he has always topics. He will always find new topics. Doesn't matter if it's volleyball or girls, or volleyball or girls. It's usually volleyball or girls, but that's fine.
So what I love about you, Simon, is your endless cheerfulness and your sobby tears when it involves your mum and your dad. So never change. Oh yes, and another thing, that right hand of yours that is stuck to your phone when it comes to Facebook.
What do I love about Sai? I love that he's always up for anything, always game for a social event, and good fun overall.
The thing I love most about Simon is that he's always smiling. I don't think I've ever seen him not smiling, and he's always making everyone around him happy.
So, what do you love about Simon?
He's always smiling, he's happy, loves life, and yeah, I'll just go back to what I said in the beginning, he's just a big kid really, and I like that.
Describing Simon in 3 words, you must be joking. I think I could use 100 words and not describe him adequately. But Simon, you're crazy, you're silly, you're fun, you're a real chatterbox. I mean, you talk more than Anna and I together, and that means quite something. But I really love you for it, and I'm really glad to, call you one of my best friends. And I think apparently I also shouldn't be playing volleyball because I suppose I can't really count till 3, so apologies.
Extraordinary, charming, and bambino.
Best friend forever.
Use 3 words to describe him.
Simon is a tall drama queen.
Alright. Use 3 words to describe Simon. It's very hard because Simon is such a how would I say, he's an amazing person and he's got a great charisma, so describing him in just 3 words will not do him justice, but I'll try. So the first one is definitely being funny, kind of childish and silly. Second one, he's very generous and he's got a big heart. And the third one is he's friendly and always open to new adventures and new things. So yeah, that's Mr. Simon Lewis in a summary of supposedly 3 words.
3 words to describe Simon.
Old.
Crazy.
Man.
Right, Sai. So I would say cats, kittens and skittish. You love cats, especially your own, and you also love kittens, aka young females, and you are known as a skittish character.
I think it's difficult to describe Simon with just 3 words, but I would say young at heart.
Simon for president! He is probably the most Euro-friendly native living in Britain at the moment. This country needs you, Simon.
Okay, so we've been asked to give a few things we think about you, or a few words to describe you. So we're going to go with dedicated,
Joker,
bald,
loyal, always loyal to everything you put your mind to.
3 words to describe Simon. Jolly, smooth, and wickedly naughty sense of humour. That's more than 3 words. Oh well. That's what Simon is to me.
So describe Simon in 3 words, I would say selfless, passionate and kind.
I've been asked for a thing that I would like to change about Simon, and I have a very, very clear message here for you, Simon. Stop bringing peanut butter M&Ms for me. They are not good for me. Please stop. But I love you for it anyway.
Right, if I could change one thing about Simon, what would it be? So when it comes to Simon, there is not just one thing I would like to change. I would like to change 2 things. Obviously never being late myself. I think Simon should definitely kind of improve his punctuality. We all know that he's usually quite late when it comes to things that are not too important. So if it's anything else than the Queen's birthday celebration, he will be late. So that's one thing that I would definitely change about Simon. And the other one is, when you have a secret and you kind of tell your best friend like Simon that you have a secret and not to tell anybody, it sometimes can happen that within like 2 or 3 days the whole volleyball club know, and you kind of think like, how could they know? You go back and think, who did I tell about the secret? And you realize, oh, I told Simon. Maybe that's the reason why everybody else knows. Yeah, so that's another thing I would change about him, but I guess that's part of Simon. So I guess if that was different, then it wouldn't be Simon.
Number 9, what I would change. He's too tall I cannot block him when we play volleyball. Should be shorter.
If I could change one thing, I would change nothing. You are who you are, and you are amazing for who you are. And Sai, I want you now to look around and see how wonderful friends and family you have, how lucky you are to have them. And whenever you feel down or you have a bad day, I want you to remember that day, that they all came here for you and that they all love you.
Well, what I would change if I could, but you know, the man is obviously not going to be changed, is your utter usefulness when it comes to helping out when we're having dinners. Perfectly happy for talking and keeping everybody entertained, but the helping out bit is not one of your strongest points, either with moving houses. So yes, I wish you could, but I know I won't.
If I could change one thing about Sai, I would give him some more hair.
Alright, so my birthday wishes to Simon. I'm going to sing for a bit for you, Simon. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Simon. Happy birthday to you. And I will just add a few words to it. So I'm definitely wishing you lots of health, lots of great women. I hope you meet the right one day, very soon. I hope you basically stay silly, funny, childish, and smiley, because that's the way we love you. So don't ever change, even your punctuality and stuff like that. Basically just be yourself, because we all love you just the way you are.
Hey Simon, here's 3 words that describe you. So what do we call it? Flirty, funny, and obviously loving.
And one of the reasons that we all love you, obviously, is I've completely forgotten.
Always positive.
That's one. Always positive, always there for volleyball, and never misses a game.
Always upbeat, great. And
finally,
yeah.
Very happy
birthday. We love you lots and lots and lots. Bye.
Happy birthday, Simon. I'm wishing you all the best and a lovely evening, and not just for today, forever. Be happy, and thank you so much for everything. Bye.
Happy birthday, Simon! Have a good evening!
Oh, I like it. Have a good evening. Okay.
Simon, my birthday advice for you today is to look at life from a giant tortoise's point of view. So looking at that, 57 years is really nothing, right? You always be young at heart, you're still fit and active, and you really should live life to the fullest with all the adventures it's got to offer. And whilst I will promise your mom not to drag you up Everest, always remember you don't want to arrive at your grave in a well-preserved body. Instead, you want to skid in sideways, you know, thinking, wow, what a ride that's been. So, happy birthday.
And have a good day.
Hey Simon, it's me. I just wanted to wish you a really, really, really happy birthday. And just to say that I have loved getting to know you over the last few years. I think you're a superstar at East Grinstead, and I think you're just somebody that everybody has respect and love for, and I really hope you have a fantastic birthday. Sorry, it's a bit short and sweet, but we moved house last week and I am living in an utter tip. It's a bit chaotic, and I need to get back to unpacking some boxes, But I just wanted to say that it's just been lovely getting to know you, and have a really, really fab night. And I'll see you soon. Mwah. Happy birthday! Big kiss. Hoping you're having a lovely, 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 lovely day, and you're really enjoying the movies that Paulina put together. Yes, hoping you'll be staying around, be looking ever so great as you do, and we're going to be able to enjoy you for a very, very, very long time. Bye! Psst, Simon. I hope you understand that the awful dim lighting really is to show my wrinkles and my true age, and hoping to be looking as good when I get to your age as you are now. Bye!
Happy birthday, Simon.
So we hope you have a great day, and see you soon. Bye.
And finally, happy birthday, Simon. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I really hope you've enjoyed this evening, because it's for you. Enjoy. Happy birthday.
I hope you're having a great birthday party, Simon, and see you soon.
Happy birthday, Simon.
Hey, happy birthday! I met you 10 years ago now, which feels like ages ago, but then don't feel like I changed at all, or got any older, or wiser, I don't know. Anyway, maybe you haven't changed either, so maybe that's a good thing. You must be doing something right, as you have a lot of great friends who've organised this whole video for you. I can't remember what all the questions are that I was meant to answer, but I hope you have a great time and a great party and a great year. Happy birthday! Oh, and I'm sorry my mum can't be there either, but I'm sure she would wish you happy birthday too. Bye!
Hey Simon! Sorry not to celebrate this day with you guys, but I wish you a very happy birthday. Have a great one.
Hi Si! We just wanted to wish you happy birthday from the Coopers. We hope you have a fantastic time. Obviously I met you through volleyball and through Danny, and then because of your 50th birthday party I met my husband, and now we have two beautiful girlies, so we'll be eternally grateful to you for that. And now we're living in Ian's flat. What a funny world. Obviously we've had loads of drunken nights, great times, Brecon Beacons, volleyball tournaments, night out in Tunbridge Wells, Danny's birthday parties, so many memories that there are too many to share for this video, but we think you're a great guy and we wouldn't change you for the world.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Si, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I really hope you enjoyed my present, and remember that I really, really love you and you are my star, and doesn't matter where I go, I will always think about you. There is one last thing I wanted to say. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who made this surprise and birthday party come true. Thank you for keeping the secret. I wanted to say thank you to Marco because without his help I would spend much more time that I actually spent on the videos. It would take me ages. So thank you. I wanted to say thank you to the manager of this place because he said straight away that he's happy to have Simon's birthday party at his place. And I wanted to say thank you to Laura, who helped me to organize everything with both and party and the surprise, the present. And there's one more thing one actually person or people I would like to say thank you is Simon's parents. I think we all agree that you are wonderful people, and that we are happy, we are lucky to have Simon in our life, and without you it wouldn't be possible, because you are the one who showed him what's right and what's wrong. So thank you.